day my camera came on. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
It's out of control for me.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was cool. Anyways.
If it's Happy Monday, one and all. The first Monday of the last month of the year 2021. If you haven't checked your calendars lately, we're about 25 days out until the new year. Christmas is 3 weeks from right now, and we are feeling the holiday season. We're going to check in with Chad here in Chile in just a moment. Maybe some of you have got your Christmas trees already. Maybe you did that over the weekend. That's next to do on my list, I promise you. And Chad, before I check in on your weekend, I wanted to tell you a couple things that happened the weekend, of course. Just a couple things. I'm going to spit it at you. But first, say hello to the fans. Say hello to the listeners.
What is going on? And yes, happy Monday, man. We got a full boat for you today, man. Mark's going to tell you all about it. He's number one in our book, as his jersey says. And yeah, man, great to be here, man. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. Let's get after it, dude. NFL, MLB, Hall of Fame, early voting. Different committees are put their guys in the hall already. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. It's good to be here. And hey, all you people in Chile watching, good on you. Good on you.
Yes. Hola, amigos. Bienvenidos a su familia y amigos in Chile. Welcome to the MisippBROs. You're joining us live on Misippo Drive here.
Yeah, baby.
A little bit after noon local time. And Chad, I know it's a little bit after 5 local time for you, as you've educated our listeners so many times that you got 5 hours on us. So I apologize for any late night texts when I'm watching the Warriors go at it on a Friday night. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the Detroit Lions having 1 win, which bums out Chad, but it excites me and it lets them off the snide. So we're happy for them in Detroit. But before we get into our usual gamut of exciting
dude, what'd you do this weekend, man? What's going on, dude?
Well, this weekend definitely was a fast one. I was either working nights, watching sports, lots of football. But on Saturday, a couple of friends of mine and myself went to check out the newest disc golf course here in the Bay Area. It is in Vallejo at Hans Park.
Vallejo.
And yeah, you've taught your brother a lot of times to keep your head on a swivel. You've taught your brother a lot of times to keep your guard up, be safe, And just a reminder to friends and listeners, when you park your car, make sure all your valuables are out of sight. Make sure they're hidden away or just get them out of the car. Because, Chad, I suffered my first act of vandalism on a car that I own. Somebody took the liberty of smashing my back left passenger window, snatching a backpack that was not mine. Sorry, Pat, about that. And Chad, can I ask, have you ever had your car broken into? Has anyone ever smashed a pane of glass and gone away with some of your goods?
Yes, dude, and it sucks. And it always happens when you do let your guard down, man. Unfortunately, living in the Bay Area, man. When I lived in Oakland, dude, believe it or not, Diamond District, I got my stereo ripped twice, and it wasn't even a good one. It wasn't even a good stereo, dude. It was like an old school Alpine or something like that, dude. And yeah, it is not a good feeling, dude. Definitely not a good feeling. That sucks, bro. And welcome, not welcome, but now you are now yet a statistic, a growing statistic in the Bay Area. And what are you going to Vallejo for, dude? Come on, man.
Well, hey, just thought I'd pay it a visit. It's a nice park right off the 680. Of course, never keeping my head off the swivel. My buddy Patrick was very apologetic. He said he feels like it's on him for leaving the bag in plain sight. I was unaware, but fans, listeners, lesson learned. Put your stuff away and make sure your friends put their stuff away. It happened in less than 50 minutes. That's all we were away from the car. Dude. Yeah. And they didn't open the car. They didn't unlock it in case the rest of it, which is great because I had my wallet under the seat in there. So, phew, could have been worse. I actually was very composed. It's just one of those things. To me, it's a material thing, a window smashing. We'll get it replaced. But it's the process. It's the process after that of now I got to make insurance claims. I got to take it to a shop. I got to be without the car. Recently, I haven't been driving it too much because, hello, don't want to drive it in inclement weather or leave it outside of another store for an unsuspecting person. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It happened. We'll get past it. Just a blip on the radar. Now, I learned something this weekend as well, Chad. And it's going to lead to something I wanted to share with you here. You ever drink kombucha?
Dude, I tried it a long time ago, man. And kombucha to me is a substitute. People who drink it, to me, think that they are not drinking alcohol, and that is not the case because it's fermented. And so when I've been offered kombucha, funny that you say this, in the last few years since I don't drink anymore, I always say no. And people go, "What? Well, hey man, it's just," and I go, "No, it's fermented, so there's a little buzz in there, not for me right now in my life." So I just say, "Hey man, I don't have a lot of experience with it," is what I'm trying to tell you. Yes.
There you go.
I do not have a lot of experience with it.
I
No.
just started sampling what is known as hard kombuchas, similar to hard seltzers. These are infused with alcohol. They're pretty tasty. They're a little earthy, and they're supposed to have digestive properties in them, right? Good for you. Well, just like everything else, good for you is in moderation. It's a relative term. And I didn't overserve myself. I didn't get skunked on the hard kombuchas, bro. But I woke up this morning a little bloated and had to Google something. Does kombucha give you gas? Short answer, yes, it does. Which leads me to our next
Dude,
item.
what are you talking about right now? What
brings me to this. We have in front of me a probiotic loaded, good for your brain beverage brought to you by Brother Chad. This is Genius Juice, ladies and gentlemen. Chad took the liberty of sending Bruce and myself Genius Juice in the form of an original coconut flavor. That's what I got here. Vanilla and cinnamon kind of had me suspect at first, but it turns out it's delicious. And then lastly, the mocha, understandably hit and miss. You like coffee, you like chocolate with your coconut water.
Yeah, that one I would. I think they're trying stuff out, man. But how is it, dude? Because you know what's funny is yes, dude. Genius Juice should be checking this commercial out right now.
Made with the whole coconut. It includes electrolytes to keep your body energized, 3G MCTs that support brain function, and prebiotics that help your gut. It's the perfect snack. So thank you for the perfect snack.
Are you now a genius, dude?
I am smarter than I was 10 seconds ago.
Just 5 seconds ago?
There it is. Right. And from the chat line, Big Bruce, my car was broken into, stole my subs, golf clubs, and my bowling ball. Take my subs and my clubs, but leave my bowling ball. Yes. Thank you.
Dude, and that's a hard getaway. A bowling ball, when you're dragging a bowling ball, is a hard getaway, dude.
It is. And you know, it's one of those things. It's like you got to sell it to someone with the right mitt. For the record, Bruce has some big mitts, so I doubt that bowling ball found a happy new home. So anyway, moving on, my brother.
Man, I think everyone's got a break-in story, but let's break in some breaking news, dude, okay? Let's do that, all right?
Breaking news that you got or that we're ready to dish up?
Well, dude, I mean, we got the coaching carousel in full swing, dude. This guy from Oregon all of a sudden is in Miami. Not a bad trade-off. And then all of a sudden, man, now we got Lincoln Riley in USC. Now the Pac-12 says we're better now. Now the Pac-12 loses one of their coaches, goes down to Miami. Now they're talking about did you see Mark Davis talking to Dabo Swinney on the sidelines in Vegas?
He was spotted in Vegas. I actually got a firsthand photo from a friend that went to the Vegas Raiders game, said, look who I ran into in a Raiders polo. So will the powers that be in Las Vegas dip their filthy mitts into the SEC once again? Because it works out so well for them.
You know, Mark Davis, man, just he's got man crushes. It's weird as hell, and you never see the dude with a woman. So I'm just saying. But anyways, man, long story short, dude, what woman would want to be with that guy anyway? Really, dude. Just take a look at him. You imagine waking up next to Mark Davis?
Okay, all right. Now my stomach's actually upset, and it's not the Genius Juice. I know that. Now, Chad is talking about the former Oregon coach, Mario Cristobal, another NCAA coach that left in the middle of the night kind of deal. He spurned the Oregon program that he took over previously as a coordinator. From what I could catch up on, he's a multiple-time Pac-12 champion, helped win a Rose Bowl in the last 3 years, and led the team to 2 10-win seasons, which hadn't been done since the Chip Kelly era. So he will be missed in Oregon. He's going to be welcomed with wide arms in Miami, party in the city where the heat is on, if you know what I'm saying. And so, like Chad mentioned, not a bad upgrade going from Oregon to the Hurricanes. Will it make an impact in the ACC, wherever the heck Miami's playing these days, starting next year?
Dude, he's an offensive lineman by trade. Okay, he's going back home. He was a Miami offensive lineman, and so I'm not of the camp that says that altogether these guys can be great coaches. Okay, I just haven't seen it. Art Shell comes to mind. Not a great coach, good coach. All right, you know, these offensive linemen that become coaches. Tom Cable, we all remember him, right, Raider fans?
I knew you would mention him.
Yeah. And Jim Tom Sua, hey, Bay Area. You like those offensive line coaches, right? So
Man.
anyways, long story short, dude, I miss Jim Tom Sua. I miss his crazy, hilarious, not ready press conferences. I go back to those at times in my life, dude. And just if I want a good laugh, I got to go Jimmy Tom Sua and listen to those press conferences and just go, wow, yeah, baby. We need more Jim Tom Sua and less other coaches do that are really boring in the press conferences. Anyways, I think it will have an impact in that division. Will it be national championship impact? No, more than likely not. SEC has the freaking grip on that until someone takes it out. So, dude, we got all kinds of college games coming up, man. How about, do you want to see Alabama, Michigan like everybody else does, dude?
I think that one would move the needle, if you will. Alabama's the program in in the National Collegiate Athletic Association until otherwise noted. And Jim Harbaugh's that Hollywood level coach that's leading a notorious program as well out of the depths. And
Yeah,
they had a big win over the weekend. So we'll transition from the coaching carousel into a little bit of Michigan news for you, because a lot's been going on in Michigan. We touched on the tragedy that was the events of the Oxnard shooting. Now, on the brighter side, I just want to say the world sometimes works in mysterious ways. That Michigan team, led by quarterback Cade McSomething, they went out and won.
I like to mix something, yeah.
McSomething. They went out and won their game.
Cade McLovin.
Won a big game. Thank you. Won a big game, and they scored precisely 42 points. They did it while wearing the patch that honored the fallen football player Tate Meyer, number 42 on their chest. They score 42 points and secure their biggest win of their season, propelling them to the national championship conversation. And not too far away, Chad's favorite team to root against because he just wants to see another team go winless.
Dude, that just ruined my weekend, dude. It ruined my weekend to see the Lions actually win a game, dude.
I am just so happy because I didn't want to see Dan Campbell cry through another press conference. At least this time it's happy tears. He dedicates the game-winning ball to the Oxnard community. It was a befitting moment, and of course they won this weekend with all that in mind. Of course they beat a Vikings team that just plays the most down-to-the-wire, choke-worthy, single-digit type of games. They did it again. The Vikings are very agonizing, 5-7. Just ask their fans. But yes, the Detroit Lions off the snide. Jared Goff off the snide.
Oh, and Jared Goff.
Did you know that Jared Goff has a bikini model girlfriend? Because I just learned that today. So
hey, I got a bikini model wife. So, I mean, my wife likes to wear bikinis, especially down here in Chile, dude. They wear them correctly, if you know what I mean, dude.
Oh, man.
So who doesn't have a bikini model wife? It just depends on what kind of magazine you're looking at. That's all.
Yes. So the Detroit Lions have more than one win here. I'm sitting here in front of you in my Tua Tagovailoa jersey. Proud of the Dolphins. They started off 1-7. They've rattled off 5 straight wins. They became the first team to do that. And Tua is completing 80% of his passes or more since he came back 5 weeks ago. That's no small feat by the second-year quarterback. So shout out Dolphins. Shout out Tua. While we're still in the AFC East, the New England Patriots didn't play a game yesterday, and they moved into first place. So it's all coming to plan for Bill Belichick.
Dude. I told you they're probably the best team in the AFC.
And we got numbers to back that up. Their last 6 wins on their 6-game winning streak, they're winning by an average of 25 points. That is no small potatoes in today's NFL. They're shutting teams out. They're playing defense. Mac Jones looks like the most polished rookie quarterback this year. So here we are in a world dominated by, number 1, the Patriots. Number 2, Tom Brady. Did you see what he did yesterday?
No, I did not, but I'm guessing it's pretty good, man. Yes, the Tampa Bay Bucks against the Patriots would be a fantastic Super Bowl that would get a lot of eyeballs.
Oh, yes. Now that you said it, I could almost feel it forced down our throat. So let's hope that doesn't happen, but I get it. Not many more enticing matchups out there. But Brady.
No, let's think about this, okay, dude? Because we have to go off the cuff here. Who else do you want to see in the Super Bowl? Like, who? I can think of one team because of one player I'd want to see, but who else like moves the needle for you? Like off the top of your head, who's like your favorite team to watch right now? Like, just as a fan, not as for your team.
The Cardinals rise to the top of that conversation in my mind. The Bills would be another one.
No, Bills are boring, dude. They're boring.
All right. Well, Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs are back in first place again.
Yeah, they've been around for too long.
Done that, been there, done that.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't want to see the chefs in there no more.
How about Aaron Rodgers versus anybody?
No, dude, drama king, dude. Forget it, dude. I don't want to see that dude in there, man. Come on.
I love the knee-jerk reactions, and NFL football. We could do this now, and then we could totally change our minds in a few weeks. But just had to mention.
I'd like to see Kyler Murray, or a Brady Bowl against Belichick, dude. That's what I'm looking at. I don't even know any other teams that really come to mind. Oh man, I can't wait to watch that team. There isn't. And that's the problem with NFL. There's the haves and the have-nots. There's not too many guys in the middle, man. And
the AFC so far has been the better conference. The NFC is going to be that one that a bunch of 9 and 8 teams get into the playoffs, 8 and 9. I mean, heck, the Washington football team are currently in position for a playoff berth.
Yes, of course they are, dude. And of course they kicked 410 field goals against the Raiders and won.
They did, with a guy starting his first game at kicker for the Washington football team. Just a reminder, they won the NFC least last year, and they're in position again not to win it. The Cowboys still have that. But yes, the Washington football team defeating the Las Vegas Raiders yesterday by a point.
Can we put a shine on that really quick, man? Just a quick thought. I know you want to get to something else, man, but the point is that everyone talks about how good the Cowboys are, man, and I've been telling you they're not that good. They're not that. They just don't have it for me. And look at that. They're fighting with the Washington football team for first place. That's not good. Okay, that's not good. So unless they step it up, I'll stick to my thesis that the Cowboys are a very average team.
Well, the Cowboys are 8-4. The Washington football team 6-6 with a negative point differential. The Cowboys have a near plus 100 point differential. They have a dynamic Micah Parsons on defense, other playmakers like Trayvon Diggs. I think they have enough to win the division. I've almost put a lock on it. I've threatened a tattoo over it. But what I'm saying is watch for the Washington football team to grab one of those wild card spots. There's an added spot this year.
All right.
Moving on to some other NFL news. I just wanted to say Tom Brady's 44. He's leading the league in passing yards and touchdowns. He has 35 touchdowns, which is more than 17 NFL teams. Tom Brady, will it ever stop? I don't know. Certainly not this year. And he hooked up with his buddy Rob Gronkowski for 2 touchdowns. I posed this question to Bruce yesterday. 90 touchdowns now between Gronk and between Gronk and Brady. They're number 2 on that tandem list. Who's number 1?
Montana Rice.
That's a good guess. They certainly did a lot together, but they weren't throwing the ball around like they were back in the day. And Rice spent a significant chunk of his career with Steve Young and Rich Gannon. So next.
Nice call. Let's see. Well, if I can't go too far back, is it Brady and somebody else?
No, it's not Brady and Wes Welker. It's not Brady and Moss. Nope. This tandem has been together as long as Gronk and Brady were or are. So there's your only hint.
Let's see. Wow. How come I can't think about that, dude? I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
All right. Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison with 112 hookups over the years. So,
okay.
And I believe Peyton could have thrown me 100 balls. He was making Marvin look that good back in the day. Now, other notables, the 49ers lost a game that I'm not going to say that they had to have, but they absolutely should have had. The Seahawks were dead men walking with no direction. They're ready to blow up the whole thing. And they sleptwalked through the first quarter outside of a fake punt that went 73 yards for a touchdown. The 49ers dropped one that they probably shouldn't have. So any thoughts there? Are they just tucked in the middle of NFC mediocrity?
They're mediocre. They're mediocre, man.
They
went to go save their season a few weeks ago. They got a 3-game win streak going. They had to win that game in Seattle, dude, to do some damage in the division and get that streak going, man. They just didn't do it, dude. I mean, you watch the highlights of that game, man, and you see a good team but not a great team, man. And so I don't think they're going to make too much noise. The only thing that they could do would really make some noise in that division is if for some reason, I don't see how it's happening, but if Trey Lance freaking develops really quick and starts throwing the ball around crazy and puts that team on his back and leads that team, then that would make a difference in that division. Other than that, I don't see that happen. If that doesn't happen, I don't see the Niners getting into the playoffs, dude.
Well, just so Niner fans know, not all hope is lost. They're right there with the Washington football team at 6-6. So they are clinging to what would be a wild card spot. But again, they play in a division with the Rams and the Cardinals, who for most of this year have been the class of that division. So I see the Cardinals running away with the division itself.
Yeah.
The Rams are going to hang around, of course, and we'll see if the Niners can get a push. But the more they get George Kittle the ball, the better, as evidenced by yesterday. 10-plus catches for the guy, 180 some odd yards. The dude is a machine. I'll never understand how he was a 5th-round pick out of Iowa. However, no Deebo Samuel, showed up a little bit. They can still run the ball. And again, they're picking up more injuries. So that's a bummer for the 49ers. We'll see if they can move forward and see if Kyle Shanahan is actually becoming his father. I don't know if you saw his press conference yesterday. He was looking a little red. And Shanahan's father, Mike, was known for a red face, whether the fake tanning or otherwise. So,
hey, you know what they say, man? The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, man.
No, it does not. And just a couple individual accolades I noticed around the league. TJ Watt picked up his 16th sack, 16.
Oh, wow.
He's only played 10 games because he's missed 2 of them. Just a reminder, the NFL record is 22.5, whether Michael Strahan wants you to remember the laydown by Brett Favre or not.
You cannot compare, dude. They have 17 games this year, not 16. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, if Watt plays 15, I think you'll give him credit. So,
dude,
how about that? And then also, Jalen Waddle on the Miami Dolphins, 86 catches through 13 games. It's the most. Yeah, man. I haven't been able to wear this since week 1, okay? 86 catches for the Rook. It's the most through 13 games since 2006. And I believe that rookie's name was Anquan Bolden, who went on to a hell of a career. So we can move on to the Hall of Fame baseball voting if you'd like.
No. This is my segment, dude.
Yeah. I was going to pitch it to you.
Is a huge announcement, all right? The Baseball Hall of Fame, in all its wisdom, has made these these veterans committees, these early age committees. They have so many different committees. I can't even keep track of how many. Now, it only takes, out of 16, it only takes 12 votes, right? 75% of the guys. And there's 16 handpicked guys from the era. So they're kind of voting for their buddies. Okay. All right. They're former players or coaches or commissioner or whatever. No commissioner. I made that one up. Anyways, long story short, dude, Buck O'Neil, my man. And wow, Minnie Minoso, 2 Negro Leagues legends, finally get their due and are acknowledged for the great players they were and what they went through, and now are being enshrined into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I am more excited about those 2 than any of the other 4 other ones that got enshrined, for the simple fact that, man, these guys are long their due. The Negro Leagues were put to the side, told that they couldn't compete with Major League Baseball, and which is so wrong and so bad. And so they're finally getting their due. Major League Baseball is coming to their senses and showing that, these guys, the best of the best from the Negro Leagues, are now going to start trickling in to the Hall of Fame. And now we got Buck O'Neil and Minnie Minoso, dude. I know Minnie Minoso because my Uncle Steve had his baseball cards when I was a kid, and I'd go to his house and look at Minnie Minoso. I just love the name. I'm on Minnie Minoso, dude. That's awesome. But he was one hell of a player. So I am ecstatic, dude, for those 2 guys. And for, what I think a lot about the Baseball Hall of Fame. The Hall of Really Good, okay? Well, these guys are Hall of Famers. Now, what do we have coming up next, dude? We have the other 4 who, to me, are pretty marginal. So I want to focus on Minnie Minoso and Buck O'Neil and say congratulations. And also, who I know tunes in every once in a while, my man Bob Kendrick and all he's done for the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum out there in Kansas City. He has been a freaking shining star out there and keeping the Negro Leagues the notoriety and the awareness out there. And man, he had a party yesterday, and congratulations to Bob Kendrick and the Negro Leagues Museum. Just a fantastic day all around. And baseball needs some good news, and it got it.
Oh, this is quite literally some of the only baseball news that could cycle through right now is honoring the past. Because as we joked about on the last show, Major League Baseball doesn't have the rights to the images of the current players who don't work for them right now. It's a really messy situation. So Chad is highlighting the fact that this is the good right now. This is pretty much all the
Yes.
good we're going to get right now. And
Yep.
as we have followed Chad along, it's always good to be a hofer, aka HOFer, aka Hall of Famer. Don't be a horger, HORG, a Hall of Really Gooder, who Chad says, Jim Catt and Tony Olivia, please, Hall of Really Good.
It's Jim Cott. Yeah, I gotta correct my bro on that one. It's Jim Cott. Excellent pitcher, long time pitcher. Kind of like Tommy John career, man. Long time. Nothing great. Had a great first part of his career, but just the longevity. He's very, very borderline for me. Tony Oliva, dude, a fantastic hitter. Absolutely. But only had like 6, 7, 8 good years. Only played 8 years. So probably 6, 7 years. So that to me is kind of, his. I saw someone compare his career not so favorably to like Don Mattingly, and why isn't Mattingly in if Tony Oliva's in? So I think there's something there. But Tony Oliva was great. When I hear the name Tony Oliva, I don't think a Hall of Famer, but now I guess I have to. So congratulations, Tony Oliva.
There you go. And from one man who had a long career to another man who had a long career, and his Hall of Fame candidacy is hanging in the balance this year. We're not going to focus on the entire class. I just wanted to focus on Barry Lamar Bonds for a moment here, Chad, because I've seen some stirring in social media from the people who put in their votes, their ballots. Sometimes they share it publicly. Let's just say of the ballots I've seen publicly going in, almost every one of them is including Bonds. Now, could this be a small sector? Are they just trying to get some clickbait, press, get people to react? Hey, I voted for Bonds. I am seeing some true momentum building for Barry Bonds to make it into the Hall of Fame. And it's not just because I came across stats like this. Barry Bonds played for 22 years. The Tampa Bay Rays franchise has played for 23 years now. Barry Bonds has more career intentional walks than the entire Tampa Bay Rays organization combined. And a reminder, in 2003, his on-base percentage was .542, something we just simply won't ever see again. So I'm going to say it one last time. You can fight it one last time if you want, or you could jump to the dark side. I say put Barry Bonds in the Hall of Fame. Let's move on.
Well, I disagree with you, but at the same time, I believe it's going to happen because I'm open. I keep my mind open to things. I'm a macro thinker, okay? I don't try to get my biased views in there. I don't believe Barry Bonds is a Hall of Famer for the simple fact that he cheated the game, period. And obsessively cheated the game and denied it obsessively when everyone knew what was going on. So that is a huge problem for me. Long story short, dude, does he have the most home runs ever in history? Yes. Is he probably going to get in the Hall of Fame the next few times? Maybe not this one, but the next. Like we talked about, dude, baseball needs good press. Okay? Baseball needs good. Look what's happening. And I failed to mention Bud Fowler that also got in as a Negro Leaguer, one of the first, if not the first Negro Leaguer to get in, who was had an outstanding career. Everyone knew he was the best player on the field when he played in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And so that is excellent that he's also in. But do you see what's going on here, man? Baseball knows that it is not in a good position right now. They are not being looked upon well. So this isn't, I don't want to say distraction, but it's good news, and baseball can use good news. But you saw earlier that baseball finally started counting the Negro League players among Major League Baseball stats. They righted it wrong, okay? So you know this was going to happen, all right? That they were going to start allowing, and obviously should have Negro League players in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Buck O'Neil, Minnie Minoso, Fowler now. So this is the start. I believe that you're going to see once and for all the steroid era start becoming okay to come in. Because with time, dude, everything changes with the hands of time. People's minds, people's thoughts. And I can hear you now saying that Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't think that might have been the case 5 years ago. But the point is this, man. We all change. We all think about things more and more as time goes on. And I think you're going to see a mad rush because baseball is going to need more eyeballs on it. And this for that.
All right. Speaking of baseball, I did see played this weekend. Did you see in the Dominican Winter League, Albert Pujols launched a home run into the night sky, and it just makes me happy. This
Yes.
guy's earning his name, the Machine. How
Yes.
do you play so many baseball games in your career? We love baseball. I could never imagine
Yes.
playing the hundreds and thousands of games he's played at his age and still taking a flight to the Dominican and playing some more ball for free or for way less pay, excuse me. And it's just, it warms my heart, and it's some of the only baseball action you're going to see for a very long time, fans. So grab those Winter League highlights. Follow your favorite players as they sprinkle themselves around the Caribbean.
Those rosters are freaking full right now. Okay,
they have more than ever.
I mean, they are full of talent, bro. Some serious talent. You know, I've been there firsthand to see it, and it is one hell. It was good before. I watched freaking Fernando Tatis Jr. before he made it to the majors, play shortstop for the Estrellas Orientales, dude, in the Dominican Winter League. It was, you knew right away. I'm like, damn, that guy's really good. He's going to be something.
Yes.
And so, having Pujols go down there, you know, he's Dominican. Right, so he's going home for the first time he's ever played in the Dominican League, dude. Ever in his career. He just stayed away from the Dominican. He didn't want to get, you know, into the whole scene down there because it's a scene. You can get caught up in it. Young players fall by the wayside all the time because they get caught up in the street stuff there. I've seen it. I've walked the streets there. It's real. So the point is, man, is that
just a reminder, David Ortiz was nearly hit. You know, he had a hit out on him.
Ortiz is lucky to be alive.
Yes, very lucky to be alive. And some other unfortunate events, you know, Oscar Taveras, rest in peace.
Yes.
Jordan Ventura, rest in peace. I mean, yes, things happen in that country, and I don't mean anything negative. It's just things happen.
No, it's just everyone knows it. It's when you go out at night, when you go out during the day, the traffic there is, you see a lot of car accidents, and I mean a lot of car accidents. So your brother didn't even rent a car when he was down there, dude. I took the bus. You know, because I figured, no, seriously, man, because I figured, hey, you know what, dude? If I got hit, I may as well be in a bus, you know? So, but that's not altogether true because I did hop on some motorcycles every once in a while, but that's another story. Anyways, if I had to get to a game, you know, they got the local guys hitting out on the side of the road, giving you for, you know, 100 pesos, dude. They'll take you anywhere you want. So anyways, long story short, dude, good for Albert Pujols, good for baseball, and check out the Dominican Winter League. It is some great games, dude, and the fans are fantastic. They really get into the game. It's a great way to watch a game.
Way animated, and it reminds me of one of my favorite baseball events, which is the World Baseball Classic that goes on every 4 years. I love the spirited nature of those fans, international fans, Japan, Venezuela, Dominican, all of it, even Mexico. Yep. They love their baseball. Yep. So
Netherlands, dude, everything, man. It's cool.
Yes, and speaking of Mexico. Speaking of a guy who had a breakout game, we're shifting to the NBA. Ooh, on Friday night, the Warriors hosted the 18 win in a row Phoenix Suns, and they brought that streak to a stop. Your brother predicted that Steph Curry would come out shooting and gunning, but he did not predict that JTA, Juan Toscano Anderson, there's the Mexican segue right there. We did not predict that he would be posterizing people and putting up a career game with 19 points. He and Gary Payton II, both of them, I believe, put up career highs in the scoring department. And it's another reminder the Warriors are deep. The Suns, extremely deep as well. These seems like the clear 1 and 2 in the season so far.
Definitely.
Very entertaining games. We're going to have them again on Christmas Day for number 3. Match number 4 won't be until March. But you certainly can see these teams duking it out in the Western Conference Finals like the Warriors used to with the Rockets of the years past, maybe the Clippers of the years past, or the Cavs in so many finals. But yes, the Warriors are back in first. They're number 1 in the power rankings I'm looking at. The Phoenix Suns, even down Devin Booker, still a very formidable team. They're number 2. The Brooklyn Nets come in at number 3 on this list, Chad, and it's interesting to me. Here's a stat, another stat.
Sneaky.
The Nets are 15-1 against the NBA that aren't in top 8 positioning in the standings. The Nets have lost 6 of 7 games to teams like the Warriors, the Bulls, the Suns. They cannot get over the hump against top teams, but they're basically coasting in the Eastern Conference with their 16-7 record. Still no Kyrie Irving to be seen, by the way. I don't think anybody misses him, not even our producer Bruce, who told me the other day, I forgot about him.
You know what, dude? Good. Because what he's done to his team, dude, is put them in a horrible position. Do you think they want him on the team right now? Do you think they could use him? Yes, they could. Talent-wise, hell yes, they could. They would not be losing 6 out of 7 to the top-tier teams with Kyrie Irving. But his selfishness has cost them, dude. And talk about non-teammate of the year. That's Kyrie Irving, dude. No doubt about it, man. But let's talk about Juan Toscano Anderson, dude, because his posterization of, oh man, poor JaVale McGee. Is he gonna go down, dude, as like a goofball slash posterized guy, but also world champion? He's had quite the interesting career.
Times. Yeah.
Yes, dude.
I would argue he's playing his best basketball right now.
He fills a role, dude. He's found his niche. I'm happy for him because he had some horrible beginnings to his career with the Nuggets and all this kind of stuff.
Thank you for mentioning that. The Wizards, a couple lost years on some lost franchises.
It was, but then the Warriors took him. They molded him. He grew up a little bit, you know, and he is who he is. But man, he got posterized hand in the face by JTA, and that's going down as an all-timer, dude. And JaVale will laugh it off. But
JaVale said he would sign the poster for the kid.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
JTA. So he's playing along with it. Yes, and I will say in JaVale's defense, not a lot he could do. JTA had a full running start from half court because of a scramble drill there, and he got free. And basically, he had a running runway, if you will. So it was. If it was ever going to happen, it would happen on that type of play. So props JaVale for being a good sport about it. But you certainly took a thunderous dunk to the face. Yes.
And the Warriors did that to the Suns, I mean, just in a sense, dude. Said, you know what, dude, you got us in Phoenix. Okay, you got us. But we're still the king. All right? You ain't gonna come in here and do that to us. And we got you. We slammed you. We posterized you. Get out of our building. We'll see you on Christmas. All right, dude. That's pretty much what they did, because this is going down to the wire with those two good teams, man. And the Bulls are going to be heard from in the East, dude. That's a damn talented team right there.
They're my. I got an eye on the Bulls, and I have since the beginning. I like their new core. I like what DeRozan's doing. I like how Alonzo Ball fits in with the team. They come in at number 4 on this power rankings list, and they deserve to have an eye kept on them as well. The Milwaukee Bucks, number 5. I bring them up because they've been winning games without Giannis. Also want to say happy birthday, Giannis, the young fella. Is 27 years old today. Chad can appreciate that.
Oh, that's a great number. What an age. What an age.
He has an NBA resume that reads champion, finals MVP, 2-time MVP, 5-time All-Star, 5-time All-NBA, 3-time All-Defense, and most improved player. Oh, yeah, and defensive player of the year. The guy could maybe retire right now and be a Hall of Fame case, but he's going to play for at least another 10 years. I can't wait to see it. So good stuff from the Greek freak, Giannis. And bouncing around the league, just other notables. The only Western Conference team even in the top 10, besides the Warriors and Suns, is the Utah Jazz. I don't think they match up well with either the Suns or the Warriors.
They're in the hall of really good.
They're just like the Jazz from the Karl Malone and Stockton days. They just don't have enough to be the best. They're just there, though.
Exactly, dude. They just don't have it. They don't have enough, dude. They're a good team that doesn't have it enough, and they can't hang with the big boys when it really counts, and that's the Utah Jazz.
There you go. And some sports items not in the team sports department, but in the entertainment department, the boxing department, we had a big fight called off, or at least it's going to be different than we anticipated.
Yeah, you know more about that than me. What's going on there, man?
Well, Jake Paul was set to fight Jake Paul was set to fight not Tyson Fury, but his brother Thomas Fury. Big difference, because one's the heavyweight champion, who I wouldn't want to see Jake Paul in a ring with.
I'll take the other Fury for 200, Alex.
Thank you. I'll take the other Fury. But anyway, that Fury pulled out. He has some sort of unspecified injury, and he'll be training for his next fight. While Jake Paul, who we brought him up on the show more than we ever would have anticipated, more of the state of boxing, because there's just not a lot of headliner guys out there. And for whatever reason, this guy's the biggest draw because, I don't know, he fights a lot. Or
because he has a YouTube channel? Is that what he's got?
He has a YouTube channel. So,
right.
I mean, pretty good. He's not just a scratch boxer. He is to be taken somewhat seriously. But
he keeps on boxing. I mean, you can't just walk in there and get knocked out and then say, okay, later.
No. But the December 18th fight, I believe, will now be Jake Paul in a rematch against Tyron Woodley of UFC fame. I believe he defeated Woodley in a match, so we'll see if there's anything to come from this. But anyway, it went from a very notable celebrity match to a little bit less notable celebrity match. But it does move the needle in the sports world. So there you have that. Also, from the not team sports world, Medina Spirit. You know who this is? Medina Spirit.
Medina Spirit, is that a horse?
That's a horse, of course.
Yes.
Nice job.
Yes.
Medina Spirit is the reigning, defending Kentucky Derby winner from this year. The 3-year-old horse died suddenly on a track today or yesterday.
Oh.
while training, while racing, some sort of heart attack, and just something notable.
Don't tell me his trainer was Bob Baffert, dude. Don't tell me that.
I hope not to tell you that.
Bob Baffert's got a bad rep, man. Bad rep. Yeah.
Let's see if the Google can help us out on that real quick.
Yeah.
I don't. Bob Baffert.
Bob Baffert.
Bob fucking Baffert.
No freaking way.
Yep.
Dude, they've been trying to get him out of the sport for years now because he was part of the last Kentucky Derby. His horse won, but then tested positive later on, kind of like Barry Bonds. No, not like Barry Bonds. But anyways, what I'm saying is Bob Baffert is a horrible human being and horrible to horses, obviously. And another one died. He had like 10 or 11 horses die. Remember that? Was that what was that? Not Santa Anita, but down in LA, they had that big outbreak of horses just collapsing. And what do you know? Most of them were Bob Baffert horses, dude. So this guy is a horrible person, dude. And I didn't even know that happened. And I just thought Bob Baffert. That's how bad he is. That's how bad.
You had a pitch coming, you didn't know it was coming, and you still hit it out of the park. So
yeah, dude, because I keep my weight on my back leg.
And then you spin on that off-speed pitch. I got you. Again, we're trying to give you whatever baseball content we can, friends. Next time Chad and I link up in person, we'll be certain to broadcast some sort of a wiffle ball game or a backyard game, something like that. That'd be cool.
Bring some whiff down to Chile, dude. You gotta bring your A game down to
Chile. One
of
two things would happen. Chad would strike me out looking on a nasty sinker, because if I'm swinging, I'm not missing it, I don't think. Anyway.
Oh, that's a bold statement, my man. That's a bold statement, dude.
Yes, it is. I just, warming it up, dude. I got the wiffle ball bat in my car right now. Can't find the ball. I'll find it. Don't you worry.
Oh, you probably got stolen this weekend, dude.
And speaking of can't find, and it's not related, talk to me when the horse wins 762 races. Then we can make Barry comparisons. There you go. Desert Alex, thank you so much. All the way from Arizona.
Nice.
Been tuning in with some high frequency lately. We appreciate that.
Yes.
I lost my train of thought, but that's okay and well. It's all beautiful. I was going to bring...
what you were talking about, man. I know you don't want to talk about Bob Baffert and the horse and Barry Bonds and all this kind of stuff, man. But it's funny stuff, dude, and people need to know about it, dude, because it's is Barry Bonds going to get in the Hall of Fame eventually? I unfortunately believe yes. Was he the best? One of the best players I've ever seen play the game? No doubt about it. Most definitely. End of story. I never seen 2002. That season, dude, was just disgusting. It was gross. Like, I've never seen anyone not miss a baseball that many times. All right.
I'm pretty sure he had more home runs than strikeouts, something like that.
Yeah, if you let Bonds in, and he has to be the first one from the steroid area to go, because if you allow guys like Bagwell, they already did, I think. But if you allow like fringe guys in, Bonds has to be the first one, has to, because he's the king when it comes to not only that era, but everyone will tell you that played against that guy, he was the best player on the field. Everyone will tell you that. I'm not going to dispute that. But the point is, man, is he cheated the game knowingly and did it continually. So where does that leave him? And obviously, he would have been first ballot. He would have been first ballot without the roids. Let's be serious. But he stopped stealing bases, and his head grew to size 12 head. So, anyways, long story short, Alex, I agree with you, but Medina Spirit, you know what? If Bob Baffert had trained Barry Bonds, that would not be a good thing.
Oh, geez. Could you imagine the explosion of the head after too many steroids? Anyways, so.
Oh, man. Hey, dude.
Not to leave our listeners hanging, try to squeeze in a quick off-the-ball topic. Some of our guests tried to fit this in last week, but we were talking on a more serious topic. Right off the cuff, shoot it if you got it. You got a favorite Christmas movie there, big bro?
Oh, dude. Christmas Story. No doubt about it.
Easily done. Dude. I didn't think that would be much of a thought for my brother who, when that movie came out in 1983, you would have been the perfect age for it, right?
Dude, that's right in my wheelhouse, dude.
All right. Well, right I can give you one from my wheelhouse where I would have been similarly aged. This is part of the fun of us being not a whole generation apart, but close to it, right?
Close,
Close.
Yeah.
And for me, I think the easy one, the low-hanging fruit for me would be Home Alone. The Macaulay Culkin movies, Enjoyed it as a kid that age. Had fantasies of defending my own home fort with series of intricate traps and what have you. Definitely would have used Lego blocks as a weapon. I can't believe how much it hurts to step on a Lego to this day. They haven't made like
God damn.
a safe, they haven't made like a safer alternative of Lego.
No.
It's like the evil people at Johnson & Johnson that say it won't burn, and then you put it on your cut and it fucking burns for the most of us.
Yeah, no more tears. Sure. Okay.
So we got no arguments from the chat line. I guess they got love for Christmas Story, Hey Ralphie, and they got love for Home Alone. But we just had to fit that in as we're trending towards the season here. I do believe Christmas is a notable holiday in Chile. I believe those South Americans love their Navidad, correct?
Let's see.
Oh, we got a pivot and twist. There it is. The old Christmas tree. Very nice.
You notice it's about 85 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's a little bit chillier up here in the Bay.
Yes, dude. Yeah, no, they love Christmas down here, dude. The stores are packed with Christmas garbage, dude, everywhere, and people are putting up trees, and we put ours up last night, man. Very cool. And so, yeah, dude, people love their Christmas down here. I know Mario's mom's got the house all going, so that's all fun and games. I know my mom sent me a picture, dude, of her house. Oh my God, dude. I'm like, Mom, you need to go to like Christmas decoration intervention. All right, because I love you, but damn, every year it's more and more and more, man. So hey, they love it, man. Let them do it. It's fantastic, dude. And yeah, dude, it's getting going down here, man. What about you, man? What's going on? What are you and Bruce gonna spruce up the place down there for Christmas, man? You gonna have a freaking party over there, a Christmas party? What's up, dude?
Yeah, Christmas party would probably be in order once we get our Christmas tree. We were talking about getting it tonight, so we'll go see if we can find us a tree. But first, do we have a stand? Do we have a skirt? Do we have the lighting? I need to figure all that stuff out.
Dude, guys don't get Christmas tree skirts, dude. They put the tree up, dude, and they throw a bunch of stuff down at the bottom so no one sees the bottom, dude. Okay.
All right. Well, that works for me. But your brother, and I don't even think I've announced this to Bruce yet, but Christmas this year is going to look a little bit different for myself. Rather than spend a traditional Christmas with family in multiple cities, multiple places, of course I'll be doing that. But in exchange for all the gifts, you know how our Christmases go, bro. In exchange for all the gifts, my mother's side of the family and I are going to be jumping on a cruise ship to Mexico the day after Christmas, Sunday the 26th, January 2nd. So instead of exchanging all the gifts, we'll exchange all the memories to make.
That is a great idea, especially in this world, man. As we get older and older, man, you appreciate the better things, man. You don't need a bunch of gifts under the tree, bro. Don't need it.
Alex says that real trees wear skirts, so we have a split crowd here. We're gonna have to figure this one out.
Oh man, well I don't know if Alex might wear a skirt, but I might put one on my tree. All right.
The tree appreciates that.
Hey man, Alex, you're the man, dude. And sorry about your Niners last night, man, or yesterday, dude. But hey, that's the way it goes.
We'll bring in more Christmas spirit as we progress. You know, they say in Philly that they threw batteries at Santa Claus. We won't be doing that on this show, of course. But shout out Philly. We love your tenacity. And we love how you just love to love and love to hate. That's why they call it the city of brotherly love. So speaking of brotherly love, we'll sign off for now, big bro. We'll catch our listeners and fans Thursday. Sorry if I cut you short. Anything else you wanted to add besides a goodbye,
man, hey,
farewell?
I want to say hello to all the Chile people in Chile listening, man. Congratulations, University of Catlatica, for winning the league championship. It was a big, hard-fought thing, man, that came down. Colo-Colo, which is the family team here in the Hernandez family, dude, came in second. Not the best time. But Uncle Marcelo, your team, University of Catlatica, took it home, dude. Congratulations, man. And they'll appreciate the shout-out to local football here on the MisippBROs.
Salute to that. And Viva Culo, our favorite.
Colo-Colo, dude.
Colo-Colo. Did I say but?
That's my new favorite name, Culo, dude.
That means something entirely different in Mexican Spanish, so we're not going to translate that for you on air. Colo is the way to go. Can we edit that? Can we cut that? No.
Hey, cut.
We should have signed off a minute ago. Anyway, that'll do it for us today. Before I put another sock in my mouth live on air, I ran out of genius juice to drink. So thank you for tuning in, fans. We'll see you Thursday at noon.
Later.